So in this chapter we are going to learn some of the words that are used in C++ or any other programming language. First of all, we have to know that C is a compile language. That means you have to convert it in a binary form. Binary form is a file that is written in 0 and 1s. That is an machine level language that actually computer understand. So for a program to run, any source code file has to be pro proceed by a compiler to produce an executable program, and there are some steps between it. First, the compiler will compile it and transfer it into the 0 and 1s file. Then this 0 and 1s file is called an object file. Then if the program contains many object file, then it should have to be linked together to give one single output file. So here you can see that if you have more than one source file, every file will be compiled separately, and they will produce separate object files, and then you should have to link it and provide on one executable file. So in our case, this part will be handled by a GCC, that was a compiler package. um, our source file is our first file that we had print our name on the screen, and there we got an output called output file. You should have to remember what is source file, what is the compiler, what is the linking, and what we will get as an output. I say that this is the C++ program, and it is the smallest in the world because it contains main function, and inside that there is nothing, and it also says that what this main function will return. Normally it should have to be like this. It should have to return return 0, but by default it will return nothing and just generate a warning for you that this function is returning nothing, but it runs without any problem. So you can just try it at your own. I say that this is the C++ program, and it is the smallest in the world because it contains main function, and inside that there is nothing, and it also says that what this main function will return. Normally it should have to be like this. It should have to return return 0, but by default it will return nothing and just generate a warning for you that this function is returning nothing, but it runs without any problem. So you can just try it at your own. The curly bracket here says the C++ that anything inside it is a part of the main function. So if there is the another codes outside this bracket, for example mm, we said okay, so we just defined a variable of type integer a, and we say it is a 10th, then at the time of execution this line will not be executed because it is so let us say you want to print hello world to the system, and machine do not know that you want to print a hello world. So what you can do here, you have to do some decoration like this, and have to say system that I want this as an output, so C out, and the this thing I want to put as an output. So this just will say that I want to print these things into the output. Here the direction is very crucial, because sometimes the student who have no experience will just put anything like this, or put this, so it will just not work. In a C++, there is a particular way to put the things inside. So you want to put hello world inside the output, so you want to just print these words to the output, but still here the C doesn't know what this C out word stands for. So we just have to tell the compiler that this word come from the list of the name called std. So here this symbol means this word C out is a part of this list of the words. Here the it is a short form of a standard word list or whatever, but std. So compiler will have an idea from where this C out is, but still compiler doesn't find our main function that is required, because without this main function the execution will not take place. So we just have to put this line into a main function. So let's say we have a main function here, and anything written inside this bracket will be considered as a part of the program. So we just put here these things, right? So now if we compile these things, still compiler doesn't have any idea what this means, what is the definition of the C out, because we haven't defined what to do with this word. So we should have to tell the compiler that this word comes from a library. The library's name is a streaming library, or stream, and that library we have to include before execution of the so we are going to include the library that has a definition of this function. So this library's name has to include library called iostream. So now you are ready to go. If you compile this program, then it will generate a small warning, because you haven't written here anything, and here you said it will return an integer, but it will still work and it will not generate any error, but a small warning that the main function is not returning anything. So the another thing is, here you always have to put semicolon, and that is how compiler will know that this function is going to end here. The other thing I want to tell you that after the execution of the program, when the program ends, our shell directory should have to appear, and it will just appear after the end of this sentence, because we haven't tell our compiler or a program that I want a new line here. I want okay, so I want a new line here, but compiler will say that I will just print this word. So how to say the compiler that I want a new line? So there is a simple way, /n, so this will be considered as a new line in the CPP. The another way is so I want to end this line. So from where this end line command comes from, it is also a part of a standard list, and this whatever the output of this end line should have to enter to the C out, to the output. So we will have to provide the symbol here. So anything, so I just want to say that this will generate just a /n. So yeah, it's very similar to the /n, so you don't have to worry about this. So there is a two way to end the line and go to the new line.